take a seat, take the load off. We are down on the floor for some core today, guys. So just yourself needed, okay? Bring yourself down to sitting to begin with. We're going to do a really nice kind of connection piece, I guess, to our core. So not just our abs, we're going to be working everything from kind of diaphragm down to pelvic floor. I want you to come to sitting however you're comfortable to begin with. So for me, that's cross-legged. For you, it might not be cross-legged. And if you do want, just for this little starter part, a little cushion or something to sit on, or even a yoga block, then feel free. We're going to sit up nice and tall. So tall that I want you to imagine that you've got a corset wrapping around you. So this whole trunk section is lifted. Lift up without lifting the shoulders up. So shoulders can stay relaxed. Everything else is going to lengthen. I want you to grow a little taller just from sitting. Really pull those shoulders down. Try and create some length in your neck. The neck is a really good place to think about lengthening out. Good. Relax your hands either down by your side or on your knees. And I just want to start by taking a couple of nice intentional deep breaths. So breathing in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold for 3, 2, 1. And then exhale out like you're blowing through a straw for 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do that again. So inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold for 3, 2, and 1. Then nice deep exhale out. And as you exhale out, let your shoulders soften all the way until that final air is blown out. And then just keep continuing with your own natural breath, but try and just pay a little bit of attention to it, okay? So I'm going to start to wake up our diaphragm, our upper abs, instead of doing kind of this shallow chest breathing, just bringing everything down a little bit more. I want you to take your left hand to the floor. Let's bring the right arm up and over, still staying sitting nice and tall. So we're not leaning away. We're just getting that really long stretch up. Good. And then when you're ready, you can release, change sides. Beautiful, release. Both hands come around to the left-hand side, holding onto your outer knee or thigh, and then turn and face over your right shoulder. Good. And then exhale, release, do the same on the other side. A little bit of spinal mobility just to get us started and connected. Good, you can release. We're going to come around to sitting with our legs out. So knees are lifted, heels are on the floor. I want you to hold on to the backs of your thighs, so just behind your knees here. We're going to come into almost like a little seated cat-cow, a little C-roll. So you're rolling that lower part of your spine, and then you're lifting and pressing the chest forwards. So we're going to inhale, roll back, and then we're going to exhale, press forwards. So think about getting some movement into that spine. Lower back, belly button pulls, it rounds. And then on your exhale, you lift, you straighten up, you press your chest forwards. Let's do that twice more. And it's just a little light touch behind the knees, okay? You're not kind of digging in, clawing in. Good, once more, exhale, lift. Release the shoulders, good stuff. Give them a couple of little roll throughs. So you should be sitting now with that chest lifted. From here, we're going to take the arms out, palms turn to face in, shoulders are still drawn down away from the ears. We're going to roll it back to the point that you feel that you can hold. So where the abs start to fire up and engage. We're just going to hold here. Good, for 2, 1. We're going to exhale, we're going to lean forward so we get that lovely stretch into the lower back. Good, and hold here. And then when you're ready on your next breath, come back and just see if you can take that hold a little bit deeper. You'll find the point that's right for you. It might be higher than I am or lower than I am. You're holding, not holding the breath, you're holding the pose. And then you exhale, release, stretch it forwards. Good, we're going to go one more time. Come back a little bit further if you can this time. We're holding. Good. And then this time, as we release, we straighten out the legs, you come into your forwards fold. Fold in here. Good. And release. Bring your hands, or your fingertips, I should say, to the floor. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades together at the back here. Draw your heels in towards the body. We're going to come into a little hip twist, a little knee drop, which in effect twists the hips, just to wake up that pelvic floor. So a couple of rolls side to side. And then I want you taking both legs wide. You could bring the soles of the feet together here, so into your little butterfly, and you could press the knees in and out. Our first move that we're going to be doing is going to be releasing down onto our back and coming into a pelvic floor tilt. So even though this is called core and more, as I said, we're working the whole length of our core. So you keep your feet wide, you keep your knees dropped. This is a really nice hip stretch. If you are tight through the hips, through the pelvis, just this in itself should feel good. What we're going to do is we're going to lift those hips up off the floor. So yes, we're getting a bit of bonus glute action in there as well. So we're going to lift and we're going to lower. We're going to lift and we're going to lower. And as you lift, I want you to keep your knees wide. Try not to lift and draw them in. Lift and keep them wide. As you lift, think about lifting up your pelvic floor, so drawing up towards your belly button. As you relax back down, relax the belly button, relax the pelvic floor. Good. Got two more like this. One. Good. And two. Beautiful stuff. Release the knees back to center, feet flat on the floor. Exhale, lift your shoulders. As you do so, pull the belly button down, flatten that lower back onto the floor there. Arms released down by your side. We're going to take it into alternate leg lifts. So if you can, arms are elevated rather than pressing down. This is your option one. Option two, if you find that a bit painful on the neck, just bring your hands into a little hammock and you can rest your hands there. Option two or option three, whatever other option we're on, we're going to go into a double leg tap. The whole time drawing in through that belly button. Beautiful. Keep going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release, take it into a full body stretch. Always nice after we've curled up a little bit to lengthen things out. And then from here, we're going to come into a single leg lift. Option to keep your shoulders on the floor. We alternate legs. Or option to exhale as you lift, coming into a shoulder lift. And you can either tap down to your shins, or you could reach around and come behind your calves. You could lift this and keep the shoulders lifted the whole time and tap through. So find the level which is right for you. Toes are pointed. Should be able to keep breathing. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees in, release the shoulders down, circle that lower back onto your mat. Good. And then exhale, release the feet. We're going to roll over onto our sides. Bring yourself across to side line. We're going to do some side planks. I'm going to give you a load of variations for this. I'd like it if you could challenge yourself. So if you normally come from side plank here, see if you could come from side plank here for a moment and then back in here and alternate between the two. If you normally come from side plank here, let's see if we could take it up. Make sure that the wrist comes into the same position that your elbow would be. And we come up into a high side plank. If you normally come up into a side plank hold relatively comfortably, let's see if we could lift that leg. That's cheating, putting it on the sofa, but it threw me off balance, so give me a sec. And we'll come here. Good. Wherever you are, hold it for 2 and 1. Release, come around to all fours. Take whatever kind of stretch you need. Good. And then roll over and see if you can repeat the same on the other side. And you will have a side that is stronger, a side that is not so strong. Option as well, if you normally come from your knee here, you can come up from your knee and into a side leg lift. They're strong moves. I'm specifically giving them to you to challenge yourself. You can also do that from your elbow. So find the one that is right for you. Good. 3, 2, and 1. And again, come around to all fours. Stretch out however you need to. Good. And then come to all four, positioning knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. Don't leave them forwards, bring them in. I'd like you to flex your toes here, lift your belly button up, and then on your exhale, press up. Option 1, we lift for as long as you can. You tap back down, you come back up again. Option 2, we hold. Option 3, you add in an alternate knee, hand to knee, so knee tap. Trying to minimize the sway as much as possible. Keep that bottom low. Nice flat back. Good. Breathe. That corset that we wrapped around at the start when we were sitting, it's still there. We've got 3, 2, 1. Again, stretch out however you feel you need to. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into Superman. So take a leg away behind you, and then opposite arm lifts. The thing with your Superman is that you want to create that lovely straight line. So your arm needs to be all the way up in line with your ear. Your leg needs to be lifted, squeezing into the glute, toes are pointed. And our belly button always is as far away from the mat as you can lift it. We're holding here. Good, keep that hold, but then bend the knee, take the toes up to the ceiling, reach that extended arm behind, and see if you can grab hold of your toes and draw your heel in towards your bottom. You might not get there, but this is a lovely little bonus quad stretch if you can. If not, don't worry about the stretch, just hold the balance. Good, exhale, release. We'll do the same on the other side. So take the leg long, squeeze the glute to lift. You're squeezing into that glute the whole time, just to keep that leg elevation. Holding here. Good. Just find something to focus on to try and stop the wobble. If you want to come into that stretch, bend the knee, reach behind, draw in. Otherwise, keep holding. This is still core connection here because we're still balancing. Good. And then release. Take it into a cat-cow. And then when you're ready, spin around to sitting. Good. So legs out in front, heels are on the floor. Hands behind your knees once more. Take it back into that little C roll. And then press up high. Good, take it back into that little C roll. And then press. One more. And press, release your shoulders, send your arms long. We're back into that balance point. And we're going to hold it here. So come back to the point. Here is strong. Lower back isn't compromised. And we're going to hold this one. This is our final move. Our final hold. Good, stay with me if you can. Relax those shoulders, keep breathing. We've got 4, 3, 2, And one, bring yourself forwards. Lengthen out the legs, take it into your forwards fold. Feel that lovely stretch into your lower back. Good. When you're ready to release that stretch, bring yourself around to whatever position you're comfortable in or however you started. Roll and reset those shoulders. Lengthen up the spine. Nice deep breath in through the nose. And then out through the mouth, relaxing the shoulders as you do so. Good. On your next inhale, take an arm up and over. This time we are going to lean away. And then on your exhale, release. Do the same on the other side. Pressing away. Good. Release. Come back to sitting. Give your shoulders a little roll through. Do a little scan whilst you're down on the mat if there's anywhere else that you want to stretch out, or if you've got a moment, just to lie still. That would be a lovely finish to this session. I hope that you're feeling a little bit connected, that you got your core on fire, on the floor. I'll see you all for the next one. Take care, guys.